Hi, I'm Jennifer. We are here at the Sanctuary Hotel in New York City to show you how to shoot a room for Oyster.com. So I'm here with my camera. I'm shooting with a Nikon D700. I have a wide-angle lens. It's a 17 to 35 lens. And I also have my flash mounted on top with a diffuser, and I'm going to use that to bounce the flash above me or behind me. So I think we're ready to get started. So the first thing you're going to do when you get into a hotel room is quickly look around just to see the space, see how big it is, see what you're dealing with. In this case, the room is really small, so I could do that in one quick glance. If it was a bigger suite, I would need to walk around and look at the whole thing. Once I've done that, I want to start thinking about my lighting. What we've done already is turned on all of the lights so that we have as much ambient light as possible. So we've already done that in this case, including the bathroom lights, the shower lights, and everything. Then we want to think about the natural light. So in this case, there are two big windows, which is fabulous. The blinds are halfway down, so what we would do in this case is take a few minutes to quickly pull them up and let some more natural light in and get as much sunlight as we can. And then we would be ready to start. In this case, the shades are really pretty and decorative, so I do want to leave them showing a little bit because I think it's only fair to the hotel to see them in the photos. So I am going to leave them partially down, but we still have a lot of nice sunlight coming in. So now that we've taken a look at the room and figured out our lighting situation and we've let in some more natural light, we're ready to start shooting. And the most important shots you will take of the room for Oyster is the wide-angle shots that you'll take from standing in each of the four corners. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start in one corner, take a few pictures from this corner, and then you'll see me do that for each of the four main corners. So that's what I'm about to shoot now. After I take one or two pictures, I want to look at my exposure, look at the photo on the back of the camera just to make sure I have the right exposure settings. So once I've zoomed in quickly and I see that it looks okay and it looks good, I can be confident that I have the right exposure, and I can continue to shoot those wide-angle shots from each of the four corners. So I finished the third corner. I'm going to do the fourth corner. If at any point you feel really ambitious, you should definitely feel free to take the room from different heights, meaning you can crouch down for a few pictures. You can take a few pictures from above as well. You notice that in each of the four corners, I'm not just taking one photo, but I'm actually taking multiple photos, pivoting from my left to my right. And so now we've done each of the four corners. So those are the most important wide-angle shots you'll take in each guest room that you enter. So after you shoot each of the four corners, or rather I should say from each of the four corners, you then want to put your back up against each of the four walls and shoot straight on towards the opposite wall. So in this case, I'm standing up against the wall opposite the bed, and I want to shoot straight towards the bed area. Very often the walls will have furniture in front of them. In this case, you can see that the desk is here. That's okay, you should still shoot from each of the four walls. Instead, you can just stand right in front of the desk. I could also go over here and stand right next to the desk. But the idea is that regardless of what furniture is there, you're still somehow taking that shot towards the opposite wall. In this room, one of the walls is actually fairly open as the bathroom, but I'm still going to put my back up against where that wall would be to shoot towards the opposite wall. So what you'll see me do now is shoot from all four walls. In the case of a long wall, you can actually take several pictures. You'll see what I mean when I do that myself. This wall is pretty long, so I'm actually going to stand here first to take a picture here. Again, looking at the opposite wall. I'm then going to scoot down just a little bit and take another one. Now for the third wall, we have the bed in the way. So again, I'll just stand to the side of it still going to shoot straight on towards the opposite wall, just trying to avoid the bed a little bit. And then I'll go on the other side of the bed and do the same. And here we have another long wall, so I'll stand here first. Always good to stand in the center, get the full opposite wall. And I can stand down here and I can take one more. So now I think between the four corners and the four walls, we have a lot of different wide angle shots. We have all of the vantage points we need. We can now start thinking about taking some close-up detail shots. I'm going to focus on the main bedroom part first because for the bathroom and for the windows, meaning the view, I'll likely need different exposure. So it's good to just focus on the bedroom area first. So when you're ready for close-ups, the bed is probably the most important thing that we need close-ups of. So you want to take many pictures of the bed. First I would stand at the foot of the bed and do different focal lengths. I would also take pictures from the left of the bed and from the right of the bed. Once you are sure you have enough pictures of the bed, you can start to walk around the room and take detail shots of everything else, which you'll see me do in a minute. So lamps, alarm clocks, the desk, the TV, etc. You may notice that I've left my 17 to 35 millimeter lens on for the close-ups. If you feel that you have time, you can switch to a 50 millimeter lens, a lens that would be better for close-ups. I just find that oftentimes when shooting a hotel, you just don't really have the time. So I do the best that I can with the 35 millimeter. So that will be up to you to figure out. I shoot on aperture priority. You can, when shooting the details, change your aperture if you want to change the depth of field. That's up to you. It is good to open the closet and see what you find inside and take a few pictures of whatever you find inside. In this case, it's not an actual door, it's just this cloth, but you can see that there's an ironing board and a safe and some hangers, so I am going to take some shots of that. I can take a picture of it closed as well to show people what it looks like.